Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just went for my appointment. I just went for my 38 weeks appointment. I came back. I was gonna do some assignment, but my husband mistakenly took the laptop I usually use to do my assignment. He mistakenly took it to work. So I decided to chill in the house for a little bit, and then I'm gonna step out to do something real quick. But I wanted to make a video, and by no means am I saying, what is this? By no means am I a marital counselor or marital expert. I am newly married myself. I've been married for over a year now. And I'm still learning. I don't know anything when it comes to marriage. Like, I don't know anything. I'm just like tipping into it now. So I'm not someone you can come to for advice. I need advice too. But I say that to say marriage topic regarding marriage just interests me. And I love to watch videos, read books about marriage, relationship and stuff like that. So even before I got married, I used to watch stuff about marriage. So I just like to talk about marriage. And I wanted to give you, being that I've been married for over a year now. So what I noticed, I want to tell you what I've noticed and what I feel like is best. So you can take it or you can leave it. It's up to you. But this video is going to be titled, I'm going to give you 2 reasons as to why you need to protect your marriage from family interference, okay? Being that we're all African, there are certain cultural things that is unique to most African people. Most of the time, if you're having marital issue, they will say, oh, take it to the family member or try to look for someone like a elderly person that is neutral, that can be able to solve it from a place without bias. Usually there are family members that will play on neutral ground and kind of solve or kind of settle conflict without any type of bias. But those family members are very, they are not easy to find. And at the end of the day, my sister is my sister, and I have certain bias when it comes to my sister. So which means, even if my sister is wrong, I'm looking at you sideways. So it's just like human nature and stuff like that. But if you have family members that are able to not take side and effectively, solve problem or help you resolve conflict, that is amazing. You can utilize that. But I feel like there have to be certain type of boundary when you have to do with that. And you have to know who or which type of family member you are taking your marital issue to for them to solve it. You also have to know the temperament of that person, how they handle stuff, that respond to stuff, how they talk and stuff like that. So it's just a whole thing. But I don't believe in, once you have every single problem, you take it to family member to solve it. I don't believe in that. And that is coming from, maybe because I don't want to say because I came here and I grew up here, but I just think it's not always the best. You know what I mean? So number 1 reason why you have to protect, I believe you have to protect your marriage from family interference is, 1, it gives your space to grow. Usually when you just get into marriage, from my little experience, you are just getting to know each other. It's like 2 different persons coming together, trying to coexist. You know what I mean? So you don't know the other. Technically, you wouldn't 100% know people till you start living with them. So even though you might think you know them when you are dating, but you don't 100% know people. I feel like that's the beauty of marriage. You get to find out, you're gonna go through stuff together, you get to see, some stuff like that. So anyways, so it's like 2 people coming together, different people. You're raised differently, you have different upbringing and stuff like that, I will hope you have the same belief and you have the same religion. You know, there are general things that usually it will be wise for your partner and you to share the same opinion on those things. That's politics, you know, religion and stuff like that, and culture. It make things easier. But I'm just talking about unique characteristic as an individual that person will possess. Is going to be different from what you have as an individual too. So you have to study the person. Too much family interference kind of overshadow, you know, growth in marriage, because family members that have been married, they love to impose whatever they think work for their marriage onto new couple that just got married. And the thing is, I feel like nowadays, marriage today is completely different from our parent marriage. There are certain fundamental, you know, things like respect, you know, self-respect, love, compassion, blah, blah, blah. There are certain things that stay, you know, how would I say, that stay important and it still apply to marriage today. But I think marriage today also, being that we have so much access to so many information, it's a modern age or whatever, they have to be a little bit of trick on how to deal with people, like especially the young generation, and there have to be certain level of fairness. I believe one person cannot be feeling like they are being used, and the other person cannot feel like they are being used. So vice versa. Anyway, so when you have too much family interference, it kind of prevent you from growing. Growing come in marriage when you make mistake, you fight, because fighting, you're gonna fight till that kingdom come in marriage. I don't think there's ever gonna be a point where my couple don't fight. That's just unrealistic. I have come to accept the fact that me and my husband, we are gonna fight till that kingdom come. Some fights that don't even make sense, but it's just two human beings together, so you should expect fighting. But if you have everybody in your ear trying to tell you what to do, how to do this, you don't want to go through, you know, laugh with your partner, make mistake, learn, grow. You have to for you to also come up with your own method of things that work for your marriage and stuff like that. It's not very good. So usually for a family member to have that many access to kind of interfere into what you are doing, you have to give them the space for them to do that. So you can listen to advice and stuff like that, but you don't want them to tell you every single thing, how to do this, how to do that. Some of the things you just learn as you go. You know, you can listen to wise advice, you know, because they do have some people that have wisdom that you can benefit from. But I also feel like not every family member need to tell you how to do things. You are not gonna grow as a couple, and it's not gonna become a problem, because now you're gonna say, oh, when your husband say, "Let's do this," you say, "Oh, my father say, or my so and so say, this is the right way for us to do this, so we're not doing it like that." I don't think that look very well. Anyways, that would be my number one reason, is too much family interference kind of prevent you from growing as a couple, and it also hinder you from trying to get to know your partner personally without any type of interference. That's why I feel like it's so important that once you get married, you want to separate, you know, from your family and live, not like completely cut off your family, but you want to live, put some space and distance between your family, so you can truly get to know your spouse and you can truly get to understand each other without, you know, everyone talking in your ear. When I got married, I was a little bit sad that I had to move out of Texas to move to Massachusetts to my husband. But now I think about it, I feel like it was very helpful, and it helped me to understand my husband a lot, and I get to know him. You know, like I don't 100% know everything about him now, but obviously it's gonna be a lifetime journey of me getting to know him. But I get to understand him more, and I figure out some things that, you know, he don't like, and stuff that work for him and stuff like that without anything but people pressure me, say, oh, are you gonna do this for your husband? Oh, do your husband allow you to do this? Oh, my husband would never do this. Anyways, let me stop talking. My phone has started giving problem, y'all. So let me stop talking online and do the video quick. Reason number 2 why you want to protect your marriage from family interference is when it comes to forgiveness. I don't think your family member will easily forgive your spouse like the way you will forgive your spouse if something happen. Like if everything happening with your spouse, you get family involved and stuff like that, and then you're saying, oh, my husband did this, or my wife did this, blah 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 blah. For them to move on, it's gonna be hard. You and your spouse can get into conflict. You can forgive each other, settle it, everybody move on, you are forgetting. But your family member will not easily forget. It's not because they are evil people or this vicious type of people. It's just that you are that family member, and the love between you and them is different from the love between your family member and your spouse. Usually your spouse are seeing, your family members see your spouse through your eyes. How you talk about your spouse, you know, how you describe them and stuff like that. That's how they see them. So it's up to you to kind of protect your spouse image, and now all the time trying to get family member involved in every single thing that happened or every single thing that your spouse did to you, and complaining to family member, because it tend to stay. They wouldn't easily forget. They will start to develop certain bias towards your spouse, and there will be some sort of resentment, and it's not going to turn out well. It's just not going to turn out well. So you want to protect your spouse image. You want to minimize how many times you are continuing going to your family member complaining about your spouse. He did this to me, he did that, he did that, he did that. On things that even at the time that you are complaining, you are just being overly emotional, and it's probably something you are going to settle really quick, and you just want to move on so quickly. Try not to get them involved. I would say the only time I'm ever going to probably get my family involved in my marital issue is probably, God forbid, domestic violence, abuse, physical, emotional, verbal abuse and stuff like that. But even with that, I'll be cautious in how I get them involved. But outside of that, I think you need to protect your spouse image, because your family are always going to view your spouse through your eyes and how you talk about them. That is going to be my 2 reasons why you need to protect your marriage from family interference. I would have talked more, but my phone is acting up. So I might make like a part 2 to this video. I'm not sure. But you can comment down below and add to my reason that I stated in the video, even though it was just 2 reasons. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video, and I'll be back. Yo, my phone is hating today.